Hi guys, it's Aegis here. So today I'm here with another decent deck profile, and this time I'll be covering the updated Michu deck. So we do have support recently, and I actually was trying to find some time to actually play it. And for this deck, I will have some cards for like proxy for now because I'm still waiting for those cards to come. But I think this is good enough to showcase. So here I am with the deck list. Michu was like a interesting deck that in the way of using order cards, but she always have a weak point that she requires a lot of pieces to all the combos, and once you kind of lack something, you run out of gas and you lose so quickly. But with a lot of recent supports, the deck is actually getting a lot better. So let's go through it. For the right line, I'm using the Michu right line as usual. You can use the VTuber right line if you want to. I do think I have just one of each, but they have been away for a bit long time, so I just keep this and using it as that. It's still important to use the whole Michu right line so that you can get your all set up to start setting up the stuff, and then trying to search for your partner, the Kuno, and also other Cannonball cards. So it's very important. With the grade 3 Michu, that's only one that we are playing because we are using the new ones, and the new ones is kind of like other glitter that you can just simply ride on it and then turn into a person ride, and then you find the original copy to do some stuff, and then at the end of the turn you become the old one again. So that's why you only need one, because the new one just do a lot more stuff. And here comes the new one, the new Michu. So first, when this unit is placed by riding from first to head towards a green Michu, which is the grade 3, which we use in the right deck. Search your deck or drop for up to one card with the Kuno in its card name, or up to one Cannonball card. So you get to recycle your Nakunos, because some of the Nakunos can revive from the drop, which we have a new one, and sometimes we actually want the Cannonball card, and you can pick that up, right? And then we review it, put it in the hand, and if you search the deck, shuffle the deck, and then activate personalized. But you do need to follow the normal steps, so it's not simply a easy personal ride, because if you use like other skills to get her to go on top, you normally can't activate the personal ride. But if you just ride her on top of your Michu in your right face from hand, then you can activate your personal ride. Or in the Great One cards that we are going to talk about, we will let you know about more of the details. And then the second skill, once per turn, costs bind this Michu from your soul, and then choose one of the opponent's bodyguards and retire it. Very interesting. You can actually get to pop something without using your own Cannonball skill. And then, until end of turn, reduces the cost of this unit's Cannonball ability by Soul Blast 2. Because a lot of the Cannonball skill, which including her own one, is requiring Soul Plus 2. So you get to do it for free, which is very important because we have been using a lot of souls for a lot of skills, and we actually get to save that. Very nice. And at the end of the turn, this unit, if this unit is your Vanguard, then write the card that you bound for this cost as rest. So basically, just return to the old Michu. The first skill is basically the Cannonball skill. When a unit attacks the Vanguard, so plus 2. Choose one of your opponent regards retired, and this unit get plus 10k until end of the battle. Right, so if you use the second skill, the first skill can just be a free pop again, and then plus 10k for herself. But usually we don't need to use that skill, which is okay, I guess. But if you really need to, you can do it. And next I'm running 2 of the Starry Sky Lucetta. If I actually get the grade 1 replacement, which I will show you in here right now. If I have that card, then I probably would just change to that one, because that one has shield value and actually get to recycle a little bit stuff, even though it requires a soul blast, but I think it's still a better option. So let's also quickly look into that card while showing it. So you basically just soul blast one, and then we tar this unit. By doing so, you can choose up to 2 that normal units that is not grade 1 shuffle back to your deck, so that you can just recycle your Grateful Michu, which I think is very important, which is also why I'm using her as a current replacement. She is also working, so if you want to use her instead, that's totally fine. And then her skill is when your Cannonball card is put in the drop zone from the order zone, by putting a grade 3 card from the drop to the bottom of the deck, and this unit will get plus 10k until end of battle. Sometimes you just need that little extra push, so she is also a good option. But if you want to recycle a lot more of the grade 3 Michu so that you can use the grade 1 to jump right again, then you might consider that one. But this is also okay. And then we have our new Nakuno. So her skill is, if your Cannonball card is put from order zone to drop zone this turn, this will get plus 10k power, which is very nice, because in the past we always kind of lacking some power, and she's gaining power for herself. And if you use our old Cannonball, Great Free Cannonball, then you can plus another 10k to her, make her a simple 30k, which is very, very strong. And then plus present right will be 40k, which is scary. And then once per turn, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or higher, by cost, counterblasting 1 and soul blasting 1, this unit will get, when this unit attacks, if no drive checks were performed for the battle, your Vanguard attack this turn, this unit perform drive checks until end of that battle, until end of turn. Which basically just allow her to drive check, and then just swing and do the drive check, right? Because even when we do the old Nakuno Michu switch, is still a Vanguard swing, right? So it's not a Vanguard attack. But I think this skill is trying to prevent you to have 2 of the grade 2 Nakunos and both to get drive checks. I think that's how they want to design this card. So you can just simply do whatever you want, enjoy the Nakuno and Michu combo as usual, and then with her to also gain a drive with high power attacks that force your opponents to guard a lot. Right, and then is a older card, but it's also good support for Michu, which is Milagros. So she appears on the LBT04, so it's quite a bit of time, and she has been helping the deck a lot, but wasn't good enough until we get like all these supports. What she does is, when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, if you have a Vanguard with Michu in its card name, which is easy, put a card from hand to soul, choose a Cannonball card from your drop, put it to your hand, and if your damage zone has 3 or more face down cards and you did not counter charge this turn, you can counter charge 1, which is very, very important, because we need to use counter blast for her. And if we do the jump wide, then we can probably use Michu's skill to counter blast one, draw 1 card and call a unit, so that also costs you a counter blast. And the old Nakuno is going to ask you for a counter blast in order to do the switch as well. So you do need to use a lot of counter blast, and you do need the counter charge, which is great. But then she can only do the counter charge if you have 3 or more face down damage and you have not counter charged this turn. So it's basically a hard once per turn skill, and you do need to take enough damage in order to actually go through that, and you need to actually use that little counter blast in order to counter charge. So do be careful about that, but she actually helps. And if your Cannonball card is put into from auto zone to drop zone this turn, she will also get plus 10k power, just like this Nokuno here, so that you can have high power columns in order to bash your opponents for more impactful attacks. And then the Nokuno here to reborn herself, switch places with Michu to do more Vanguard attacks. So I think we all know about her very, very well. And then here comes another new card, waiting for this day, reverse Rika. So she is just like all the jump rise support for the glitters, where you can put this card from field, Rika Circle, to the soul if you have the grade 3 spawning glitter, which for her is Michu, and then search your deck for the new one, write on it and shuffle your deck. If your Vanguard was placed during the right phase this turn, then you personalize this turn, then you cannot activate personalize, so you can't do it 2 times, and you can't just go in grade 3 and then just speed riding and then just do the personalize, which also not allowed. But at least you can still activate the non-personalized part of the skill to grab a set of Dokuno or a Cannonball if you need to, but usually you just wait, right? And she also, when on plays, you can, if you have the all setup, which is you basically will have, you can energy blast 3, look at top 7 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 Cannonball card from them, reveal it, add to your hand and shuffle your deck. So in the past we can't actually find something to search for Cannonball cards. Now we do, which is a good thing to know. Okay, going next, then I have for PGs. If you want to use the Blister one, you can always use it. To me, it's totally fine, so I just go for it. And because our Michu will draw one and we have to discard one or actually call one, so even if I draw this card, I can at least put her out as an attacker. So it's okay to use for unit PG, but if you really want to use the Blister, go for it. And then I'm using the manga promo for the shield value and for a chance to actually draw a card. If you, if I didn't go through the Valkyria deck in English, if it actually includes this card. If yes, then you have an option. If you don't want to use this, you can always use the grade 2 disorder that can guard 2 times. So you always have options. But I think this one is a bigger shield to just in one go to help you survive. So that's why I choose this, and I have the flexibility to turn it into a draw, so it's still great. And then here comes the proxy, which is beware the sneeze of fireworks. So this is one of our cannonballs, and then I have for the original one, which is flower cannonball. So we actually need this much cannonballs, even though we do have the recycles, but we don't always get to do the right. So the more cannonball we have, make sure we don't ruin ourselves. I think it's important. And through the testing, I think this is a very good card that actually allows you to stun the opponent unit and then plus 10k power to something, and also blocks intercepts. But because your new Michu is going to retire a unit, and there are a lot of decks that are very good at clearing their board, so it normally they might have only like 1 unit left, and you use this and you pop that, is kind of a waste, right? But we do need the numbers, so I choose the flower cannonball more than the sneeze. So that's what I think is better for the deck. But you do need to have 3 of her this sneeze here in order to actually get enough cannonballs to do recycling, right? Because you don't only need them in your hand, you also need them in the drop, and because you will play the all setup and there are high chances that you actually soul charging cannonballs from on the top of the deck to the soul, right? So you do need more, you do, because if a lot of them stuck in the soul, you need to find a turn to soul blast them out and then try to pick them back up, right? So you rather have a lot of options and then have them ready in hand, because they will all turn into another draw when you set them. So why not? And triggers, the water OT, because we can pick something up, is a plus crit, so I think it's great. We are having a kind of high power enough, so we don't need the light OT, because we usually won't be attacking with regret first, usually, I guess. Then I won't go for the dark OT, and then the fire OT doesn't gain crit, so this is still better. Even though the lyrical one I think is works still, if you want to keep it simple you can do that. Like I'm not using the, I think it's Yuka, that the great one that allows you to recycle cards. Is good that you can keep recycling the Kuno. It's optional, but it's up to you. If you really want to use her, you can. But in this deck I'm trying to keep things simple, less expensive, I guess. So here comes that. And then crits, if you want to use soul crit you can. I'm running 8 crits here, but so far my soul usage, I think I'm managing it quite well, so I don't see a time that I'm actually lacking souls, and the new Michu is kind of helping you to be less recklessly on soul blasting, because she will cut you from you, so I think that's good enough. And for front, I would suggest people to use the 20k defensive front, but I don't have that card yet, so I'm just using normal fronts here as a proxy. But if you do have the 20k front, make sure you use them. And then just for normal heals, if you want to use effect heals you can, but again, just like the crits, is personal preference, and also the PGs. Yeah. So what upgrade makes the deck stronger? Definitely these two, because you reduces cost to use your cannonballs skill. You get to recycle the Kuno or the cannonball, and this gains you another drive to make your hands slightly bigger, and also she hits big. This allows you to get this to happen a lot easier, and also strategy cannonballs, which is something that we don't have in the past. And more options of the cannonballs, make sure we get something in our hand, or at least in the drop zone, so that we can recycle. Yeah, and that I think just makes the deck a lot smoother for real, because I've been playing like this weekend using my friend's deck, which is kind of similar to this build, which he didn't use any recycles on the new Michus, so I'm trying to use something, which is the reason why I'm using her. But then when I see the great one, I think great one is working too, so I might change to the great one. The main reason, because once we get too many Michus in our hand, we can use the great one skill to jump right, because it jump right from the deck, right? And that's the time when I'm looking at like Eva, that you always get to recycle your braveries back to the deck, so that you can use the jump right and then activate person right again, right? That's why I choose to use something that returns braveries, so that I can return my Michus. But not like ever, we don't have anything that can reborn cards. So the great one, once you use it, you used it. Once you waste it, you waste it. So it won't be as good as ever. Not like every glitter, every glitter is different, and ever is just good at doing that recycling, and they just keep repeating stuff, right? But Michu is also kind of repeating, but she is doing a like high power turns, and you actually get to do a break if you want to, because we have 2 cannonballs right now, the set orders, so that we don't always need to soul blast 2 to plus 10k to 3 units, because you more likely wanting to use those as a finisher rather than just simply spam it like before. Yeah, so I think the deck getting a lot more fun and actually doing what the deck is trying to do, and we get to do a lot of searching, a lot of recycling, so that we play the deck a lot smoother. We have less chances to just run out of gas and end turn, right? So to me, these are all good upgrades, and I hope they just keep making the upgrades for these decks to make them a lot more playable in the future. Yeah, so I think that's it for this deck profile. If you have any questions, any other cards that you want to use, just feel free to comment down below, let me know. Subscribe for more unboxing videos, deck profiles, deck fight videos. And I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.